Narrogin woman has just finished a 220-kilometre walk to raise money for the Royal Flying Doctor Service. And Anne McLeish was given a warm welcome when she stopped in towns along the route, including Lake Grace and Newdegate, where the local school kids joined the walk.
A trailblazer. That's how the Royal Flying Doctor Service describes Narrogin woman Anne McLeish, who has just finished walking 220 kilometres for the service.
This is the hardest one we've been because we're on bitumen nearly the whole way.
Anne started fundraising for RFDS in 2008 after 3 members of her family were treated by the Flying Doctor. Since then, she has raised more than $200,000. It was when she was shaking tins at an event earlier this year that the idea of a walk was raised by someone.
He said, well, if you walk to Newdegate, I'll give you $100, but I told him it was a bit ridiculous. But when the COVID came in, all field days were cancelled, I couldn't do any raffles or any other fundraising. I thought, well, I'll take him up on this.
With the camping gear all sorted, Anne, her sister Rosemary and grandson Hayden set off from Narrogin last week. Ahead of the final stretch from Lake Grace to Newdegate yesterday, the trio were treated to breakfast by the Lions Club before walking through town with the Lake Grace school kids. Escorted by the police, some even made signs.
It's really great when you get so many kids turn out and walk through town.
Today, Anne was joined by the kids from Newdegate School, who proved to be a small but mighty team, with the 35 students raising more than $750. There were 446 RFDS flights from the Great Southern region in the first 6 months of this year. David Fife, a local businessman and dad to Docker skipper Nat Fife, had to rely on the service 2 years ago.
It just attracts so much attention in a town like this with our little children being able to see what people do and how passionate people like Anne are. I think it's fantastic.
Anne has quite a collection of objects she's picked up on the side of the road, including a mud flap from David's truck company, given back for a donation, of course. Anne has raised $12,500 through her marathon walk.
Could we see you do something similar next year?
I'm 75 now, mate. Give me a break.
Regardless, the community is right behind her. Stephen Thomas, GWN 7 News.
Yes, a well-earned rest now.